Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are very happy to have you here. And we are also very happy to see so many of you that are interested in the Coastal Food Hackathon. My name is Floor Wiegerinck, and I am one of the student assistants of the WER Student Challenges. And together with Heinrich from Scalda, we are going to tell you more about this hackathon. Well, this hackathon is a very cool and unique experience for you as a student because you will learn a lot of new things that you will not learn in your study program. And you can bring your creativity and your innovation into a real life challenge. And our goal today is to give you a clear picture of this hackathon so that you also know what to expect. And we hope to give answers to all your questions, but if you still have a question or if something is not clear yet, then please don't hesitate to put your question in the chat. Well, first Heinrich is going to tell you more about the place Zeeland, where the hackathon will be, and then afterwards I will tell you more about the program and more about the practical information. So Heinrich, I will give the word to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to just remove my camera for now so you can see the rest of the screen. Okay, so where the challenge is taking place is in Zeeland. Some of you would know this being Dutch students. But from Zeeland in picture, I just wanted to give a bit of an overview. What is the main industries in Zeeland? Our focus is agriculture and food, for example, aquaculture. Maritime, we've got the North Sea port, which runs from Vlissingen down to Tenayson through to Ghent. We also have a big sector in terms of tourism because of our sunlight hours we have in Zeeland, and I'm going to mention that shortly. Energy and sustainability is very important for us as well. And within Tenayson, which is the southern part of Zeeland, we have also a chemicals industry, which is quite big. Some of our agricultural products include potatoes, onions, sugar beets, rotational wheat and grain, also flax, and occasional rotation in small vegetables such as carrots. But what's bigger for us is our aquaculture. So we've got, for example, mussels, oysters, and sea lavender, and that comes quite back in our popular dishes that we have. If we look at tourism, because that's also quite big for us, our biggest tourism areas is Scouduvenland, which is in the north, Veere, which is number 2, which is in our middle island, as we call it, and then right at the bottom, Sluis. Now, our biggest tourists actually come from the Netherlands themselves and Germany, and this is through our peak seasons. Our average overnight stays vary between 4 nights to 5 nights, once again in peak seasons. So tourism is quite big for us. Our downside is that compared to the rest of the Netherlands is that our tourism is slowly on the decline, whereas the rest of the Netherlands, it's going up by a couple of percentage. By us, it's dropping by 5%. And there's various reasons for this. But for now, I'm just putting that on the table as something to think about. Let's go further. Our client for the hackathon, he comes specifically out of Zuid-Vlaanderen, and Zuid-Vlaanderen is the region right at the bottom of Zeeland. His focus and passion is the food sector and local produce. He tries to focus on innovation with different partners in the food sector and the farming communities. How does he bring local dishes to the table, to our, what we call in Dutch, strandpaviljoenen, and our local restaurants, and keeping the true Suez flavor on the table. He also focuses on the supply chains. How does he get farmers to get their products to the tables and to the correct people on time? And also helping to translate requirements from legislation and policy from municipality, provincial, and European levels to the local entrepreneurs. Let me just quickly check. Another focus area for them, as I mentioned, connecting of farmers. We've got about 500 farmers in the Zeeland region. He's already connected 60 of them. Their focus is also very much on the Eat Lancet diet, so focusing on sustainable foods, within the area and how to use it better. Another interesting fact, and sorry, I'm going to jump quickly back again, that I wanted to mention. Apologies. Let's go back to the map. If you look at the bottom of Suez-Vlaanderen, we have a very rich area in terms of salt and fresh water. And this comes from, let me just go back to this slide, that our area is part of the Scalda Delta. And what the Geopark Scalda Delta is, over the last 60 million years, with ebb and tide going up and down, fresh water and salt water has been mixing, layering one upon the other. And then around 18,000 years ago, a long time ago, a natural sand barrier formed just below this picture here under Belgium. And that created, with human intervention during the Roman Empire, created unique flavors and, how can I call it, agriculture in our area. So we have a very unique soil setup in our area. That also allows us to create very unique dishes. So what some of the projects that he's done, if I can take a step forward, with the local community, because their focus is on showing people in our area, including tourists, where the food comes from on their plates. They have, for example, in our cycle routes, which is also very big in our area as part of tourism. If you cycle past farms, you'll see a board like this one, and you can scan it with your phone, and then you get a video, which is now not active, but we will share it later. You can see the farmer following what steps he does to make the actual produce to how it gets turned into a local serious dish on the table. So you get to see, while you cycle, where all the products come from and how they get turned into our local dishes. Some of the projects he's working on besides that, another one is what we call production kitchens. It's a pilot he's running. So how do we turn the produce from the farmers and from the agricultural areas into semi-finished products, making it easier for the restaurants to pick it up and put their own flavor on it. I think he started that project this year. One of the constraints he has with this is peak period only. So he wants to see how can he make it viable for everyone the whole year through, and not only during the tourist periods. Another problem that he has as well is that the supply chains originally were too long because farmers didn't want to go deliver at each restaurant fresh food, because there are many restaurants in our area. And also beach pavilions also didn't want to go pick up the produce every day, because that also was too time consuming. So they've started a new project called the Food Hubs that's already in progress to shorten the supply chains. And that's starting up. I just need to get the dates for that, but he's busy with that now. But it has also its own constraints, in the sense that if you look at all the way to the left of the map, and I'll go back to it shortly as just as a review, the areas linking with Belgium all the way to the left is very open agricultural areas. So they also have to find ways, how do they get more people into those areas? Because most of the people only go to the beaches, and everything between Tenneysen and Oostburg is pure open areas. So it's also not completely utilized for tourism. And as mentioned, because we're very dependent on peak periods, so in the summers we get everyone to our beaches, they come to our beach cafes. We don't have enough staff for these areas, so we use a lot of international, what we call it, part-time workers. And because of that, the beach pavilions have to simplify the menus to keep them as international dishes. Also, some of them very Dutch dishes, but you can find them anywhere in the Netherlands and not really related to our Suez products. A second problem is that the restaurants all try and attain a Green Key sustainability label, which means they focus on sustainable foods, and to introduce new menus into these areas is not as quick and easy to do, because it could impact the green certifications that they have. So if I make it very specific, The problems that he's directly facing is how can he get more visitors to the beach pavilions to encourage them to try new recipes. What this means is that there'll be then a greater demand for these new serious recipes. We are also unfortunately seeing, and I think everyone is seeing this, an increase in fast food chains. It is cheaper. So how do you go against something like that while introducing something more practical as a local dish, which tastes better, it has more flavor? I want to also just add to this, we live in a very Burgundious area. So we bring a lot of our Belgian culture to the table. So not only with our food, but also with drinks that we have. And that we will actually explain when you come visit us. But that also plays a very big part. The second problem is how can we get the food hubs themselves to contribute to the local supply chain? So it is still the term supply chain and not value chain. And that speaks to the point after that as well. How do you turn the supply chain into a value chain that value is added to all members of the chain and keep them consistently in the same process? So wanting to use these food hubs. Now, the food hub at the end of the day is a collection point where farmers can bring their produce instead of going to all the pavilions and the restaurants, and then the pavilions and restaurants themselves can collect the fresh produce from there, making the process substantially easier. So in terms of the assignment, and we've got a bit of a text editing correction we need to make here under the assignment because it is stated very broadly, but in specific, the idea is if you take part in this hackathon is to develop a concept in which sustainability, local products, and circularity are clearly visible, and think carefully how the story can be told. Because we've got all these options lying on the table, we've got all these farmers that want to make a difference, we have these food hubs that are being put in place, but how do you make sure that people stick to these food hubs? How do we keep the farmers involved in the process and not just export all their products, but also provide to the food hubs that we have? And how do we get the restaurants to also purchase products or use products from these food hubs? And I hit a blank. Sorry. And also can come back to the table and add value to their own kitchen. So that tourists at the end of the day, and I say tourists, even local tourists such as us, can also bring value and want to reuse the dishes and come back to the same dishes. So at the end of the day, you'll be sitting in a multidisciplinary team with people out of Zeeland themselves, and that will be mentioned shortly. The concept is to look at specific groups. So you can either choose to pick farmers or fishers as producers, transporters, hospitality, entrepreneurs, or tourists, maybe even a combination of both. Look at how can you create a campaign to get people interested in this and involved in this. When can something like this be launched? Also considering creative ideas around these food hubs to make them more attractive. So the idea currently is that there's a collection and drop-off point, maybe do local workshops with people, show them how the food is made. These semi-product kitchens might be in there. A lot of the ideas are brought from local people, so from Zeeland specifically, so it would be fantastic if other ideas are shared, maybe broader. So that in a nutshell is a bit of the concept. When you're done, and that will be explained also shortly, the concept is with your team, you've got to create a prototype and a pitch. On our second day, as part of the exercise, we're going to also give you guys a bit of a tour of the area. So it's not alone a theoretical exercise, but I think that's quick in a nutshell. If you guys have questions for me specifically, you're welcome to mail me afterwards as well. But that was a quick crash course through the exercise. Then I say,
yeah, thank you, Heinrich. Thank you so much. I have a question. Maybe it's nice to ask them now immediately to you.
Yep.
Also for the students. Why would the restaurants lose the green key label if they put local food on the menu?
I think it's because there's so many things that they have to check box to get it in. So they have to have a certain dish, then they have to be sustainable in water usage, then they have to have the staff trained if I go back to the international staff.
Can you put your camera on, Heinrich?
Oh, sorry. Yes, let me do that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem.
Apologies.
Yes, there you are.
That is who I am. Good afternoon. So yes, because they have a staff shortage, it takes a lot of effort to train the staff. So when they come in and they have a fixed dish, an international dish, it's a lot quicker to train the staff up how to make the dishes, including chefs. And that's on certified dishes they have. So to introduce something very new and unique that takes effort, they can't quickly do it. And when they have to recertify, the process takes longer. So if you're introducing new dishes, you've got to recertify. It's not so easy.
Okay, and why is the number of tourists declining?
There's various reasons for it. One of the reasons is because of the increased tax in the Netherlands on food. That's one of the main reasons that come up, but it could be other reasons as well. I don't think there's been an in-depth research done as to why, because when people come to Zeeland, they come specifically for our beaches. It's nice and sunny, where it's in Germany a lot colder. We've got nicer weather, and people are accustomed to this comfort zone, so we keep redoing the same thing every year. So maybe the concept that the students can bring is maybe we need to look at it differently as well. So I want to also keep it broader to that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Then I will proceed the presentation. Let me find the slides. Yes. So Heinrich told you also about the multidisciplinary teams. And that's because we organized this hackathon from 3 different schools. From Scalda, that's the secondary vocational education. That's a school in Zeeland. Another school in Zeeland is HZ, Applied Science University, and WUR, the university here in Wageningen. So you will collaborate in teams with students from different educational levels. And that's also very unique. This is the first time we're doing this. And all the students also have different study backgrounds. So you can combine your own skills and your, maybe you have more practical skills and other ones have more analytical thinking skills. So you can combine your own skills within your team. And then for the WUR students, short note that we arranged the transport, hotel, and also all meals are provided. So that's really nice. The bus will leave on Monday at 11:30 from the campus. And the hotel you see here on the picture, that's a really cozy and nice church building. And the hotel is called the Woonhotel Petruskerk in Vlissingen. And also every evening you have a dinner in a restaurant in Vlissingen with the WUR student group. And on the first day you have a guided tour in Vlissingen. So you see immediately the area. And then the program for the hackathon. On the first day we have the opening and also a guided tour with an exposition of the week of circular economy. And on this first day, on Monday, it's only the afternoon. And this is about the introduction and really get to know each other. And the second day, you will have an excursion to Zeeuws-Vlaanderen. You will also get on a boat. And this day is about brainstorming with your team, developing your first ideas, and you will also get already some feedback from experts. Then the third day, it's all about developing a prototype with your team. And this is also a full day, also with different workshops. And then the last day, on Thursday, you will have a pitch workshop. And then you will present your solution to the jury members. And then we have the award ceremony and some drinks. We have some facilitators that will help you with your team throughout the whole program. We have 2 facilitators from the University Wageningen and also 2 from Scalda, also Heinrich and Danny, who are here in this meeting. And one of these will be your coach. So They will do some small workshops in the program, but they will also help you with your team, developing ideas and a prototype. So that's really cool. And then we also have some experts from the field. You see here that we have experts from all different expertise. So from food, tourism, and also the business. So you will receive help from different fields. And these experts will be present at specific times to give you feedback. And the jury members are these 3. We are still searching for 1. So in total, we will have 4 jury members. What is really nice is that on the 3rd picture, you see Marcin Beaufort. And he is actually the client, as Heinrich explained you, for who you are come up with the solutions. And you will pitch on the last day for the jury members. Then the deliverables and the criteria. With your team, you will make a report around 2.5 pages with first a half page of summary. And then you explain analysis of the problem. You will explain your solution, of course, and then also include the target group. So for who are you going to make those solutions? And then explain the implementation steps. And then with your team, you will make also a prototype. And this can be a physical model or a spatial design or a digital visualization. Be as creative as you want. And then a pitch. And that will be around 3 minutes for the jury members, where you will pitch your ideas and the prototype. And the criteria is the following. It has to be innovative and a clear link to sustainability and circularity. It has to be relevant to the regional food hubs and stakeholders. It also has to be realistic and implementable. And we would like to have clear and convincing reports, prototype, and a pitch. So, yeah, that's the assignment. And what is in it for you? Well, you can gain hands-on experience in solving a real regional challenge and also deepen your understanding of local food chain and its challenges in Zeeland. And what's also really nice is that you can expand your network with the other students, but also with the experts and the collaboration in the multi-level teams. Well, you will learn to pitch, as I mentioned, and you will experience the assignment of a dynamic student competition. And for the winning team, you can win 500 euros for your solutions. And of course, the excursion, so you will also discover Zeeland. And that's the province shaped by sea, agriculture, and rich food culture. So you'll see also the area, that's really nice. How to join? Well, you can register individually via this QR code. And that's only necessary for the WUR students because the students from the other schools, Scalda and HZ, they will automatically register. Individual students will be put in a team based on their study background, and we have 20 spots for WUR students, and now we have 8 spots left. So you have to know that it's first come, first served. So if you would like to join, then sign up via this QR code. And if you have any questions left, then please put them in the chat. Or if you have questions afterwards, then you can send us an email, and you can also have a look at our website. Yeah, I will have a look in the chat. Do we have some questions? Heinrich, is there something you would like to add?
No, I think that's it. If they've got any questions afterwards, they're welcome to drop that online. I think that's, or via the email address that you've given. I think that's the easiest.
Yeah.
I see a question from Stella at the moment.
Yeah, one question. Let's see. I read that this hackathon is suitable for many students from different fields, including landscape architecture. Have you visioned how students from that specific field can contribute to this project? Well, I think, Sterre, that you as a landscape architect can join this challenge, and also that's very valuable to the team, because you as a landscape architect have a lot of knowledge to how to connect different stakeholders of the field, but also like maybe you have knowledge about the soil, the water.
Maybe even around the hubs specifically.
Yeah.
Food hubs.
Yeah. And then another question. Julia, I'm living in Breda. How would that work with the transportation? Do I need to go to Wageningen? Or could I go by my own? I think you can go by your own, and then we will meet you there in the Vlissingen. That's no problem. But that's good to know.
There's also a question in Q&A from Bine.
Yeah.
How big will the team be?
So,
do you know this?
So, sorry, Marta.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we're looking at the amount of students joining the hackathon. The idea is that we're trying to make it not more than 5 members.
5 to 6.
Yeah, 5 to 6 maximum, with a mixed group of all 3 schools. So I don't think we'll have a bigger team than 6. I think that's about the max size, yeah. Per members per team for all categories.
Yeah. Another question,
Yes.
yeah. We had a question about missing classes for this week. We have class, but we would love to join. Really discuss with your professor if you're able to miss some classes, because it is like a full 3 days in Zeeland. So if you're not able to join because of class, then maybe you can join another challenge or hackathon in the future.
But this will be better, so they can miss their class.
Yeah.
It'll be more fun than the classes.
It's not a hybrid program, so everything is live in Zeeland. We're really going to travel, to be busy with our hands. So I think
you really have to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
On location. Yeah. Do you want to wait for more questions?
Heinrich, and then would you like to add something about coaching, perhaps? Still?
Trying to think, what can I tell you about it? Normally we are very competitive when we do coaching.
Between each other.
With each other.
Yes, I will win, as always.
Yeah, so we do spend a lot of time with our students during the hackathon. So it's not that we let them sit on their own and watch them, because that sometimes happens in hackathons. We get very involved as well, without giving them away our own ideas. So that's generally how we try to do the coaching. What else can we say? Well, I can tell you that our second day, in terms of the excursion, Danny has planned a nice event for everyone. So it's not alone a boat, but you're going to get to see firsthand everything. So that's something to also just keep in mind.
And we're giving sessions as well.
Yeah, we're also giving workshops. So
yes.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
You will know after you join the hackathon.
That's true. It's a surprise.
We have maybe final question. Is there a fee for registration? No, there is no fee.
No costs.
No costs. Only fun.
Only fun, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe just to close, we'll share the recording of this webinar with you, so you can watch it back.
Yeah. And we hope to see you during the hackathon. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Heinrich and Danny also.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yes.
Have a good
nice
evening.
Bye bye.
Thank you.